making a difference. We are genuinely making a difference. We are having an impact in this community because immediately after yesterday's show, good discourse on Twitter, good discourse in the Discord, and then people from the good company Underdog start reaching out, giving us feedback, asking more questions. Can maybe we potentially do a show in the future I throw out there? And they're going to come on, give us some transparency in the future. This is great. I mean, this is exactly what we intended to do. We didn't intend to throw shade. We did not want to throw mud against the wall. We love this company. We love this platform. We love playing on this site, and we want to make it better together. And our community, our small little community that we're starting to build right now is already having an impact. And that goes a long, long way. So shout out to all of you in the chat who contributed yesterday. Shout out to you guys who shared the message on Twitter, shared the message in the Discord. This has been a lot of fun. We're going in the right direction, but it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of the Badge Brigade. It is just the beginning. And we're going to see if the rest of the BadgeBros can live up to the standard that I just set with that, because we got two boys playing on a flu game right now. We got two guys running low energy right now. We're going to find out in a heartbeat if these guys are Michael Jordan or if they are Devontae Adams. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Numi's in worse shape than me. I was hoping to slide under the radar and like no one would notice, but now it's out there. It's out there. I'm under the weather.
I brought it to the forefront.
I'm the classic like dude flu where if I get like a little tinge of like anything that's like I know throws me off like my homeostasis, then I am like miserable. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like I think I hear the word homeostasis today.
It's not even like it doesn't even, it's not even like a true illness. It's like there's nothing wrong with you, but like I'm like, oh well, like my throat is like different today. Then like my body immediately goes into shutdown mode and it's like everything's miserable. Like,
oh, that's great.
Yeah, thanks, Bosox. I just had a medicine ball from Starbucks. I don't even know what that was, but shout out the old lady. She hooked me up. I don't know.
Numi, how you doing, dude?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. I told you guys, flu for me is just tough. I've been hospitalized by it twice already in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was born a little on the skinny side, so everything that hits me in sickness, especially the flu, just destroys me. I was out for like a month in second grade, 2 weeks in the fourth grade, like another week, like when I was older. It just destroys me. I just literally, I'd lose all fluids and they just have to stick an IV in there and I just sit there like, all right, I mean, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll feel better, but yeah, it hasn't been like that for a while. But yeah, it hasn't been like that.
This is how I feel, Rob. Robert's bringing it. I suffer from debilitating man cold.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. The man cold. Like Bria makes fun of me all the time, but it's straight up. It's just the way it is.
Oh man. Let's talk about last night. Hey, shout out to friend of the show, Dark Sheep, took down the MLB contest. Very nice. He's in the Discord now. That's great. Nice showing from him. I was a little bittersweet that I had all the right pieces there and just couldn't get her done. But
no one cares about your lineups.
Yeah, nobody cares about my lineups. Especially my lineups.
Newman couldn't wait to tell you that. He's just like, guess what, John? No, I cares. I think I'm debating going back into the well. I think I will. Like I said, I'm running a little slow today, but I really like to treat these 1-game slates like very meticulously. I like to track all my lineups. I really like to put a lot of effort into it, and so right now I don't know how much effort I'm willing to put into it. Might just like go blind and not even worried about dupes. Just like try to get unique, just on the fly. But
I have a feeling we're gonna get a message around 1-2 that just says, all right, boys, we'll see you on the other side or something like that.
40 teams in.
40 lineups already.
Yep. Waiting for lineups here, boys. Yeah.
Get some lunch, I mean. Right as rain.
I got to bring up something that's interesting to, I think, everybody, but especially to us in the baseball streets or whatever. I watched the ball game last night with a friend of mine who's on the Toronto Blue Jays coaching staff. He's bench coach. And he confirmed some of our priors that baseball came on here, and he said on the Pennant show that Ross Stripling would start game 2, and then we kind of started mixing him in our drafts, and then Gosman ended up starting game 2. He confirmed that game 2 would have been started by Stripling had they have won. So had they have won game 1, our process was in check. So we would have ended up with 2 start Stripling going forward. Yeah, so just a cool little nugget that just talking some baseball last night when watching the game there. And
you didn't get your hand in the dirt. You literally just you pulled the guy. You went farther. You're like, I'm gonna go into the dugout, talk to the bench coach, get this going.
Yeah. So big shouts, Jimmy Van Ostrin there. But anyways, the thing that was interesting for me when we were watching that game is he picked up in about the second inning, something like that. He's like, they got something on they got something on McCullers. Like he said it before the broadcast did, and I was like, oh my God. Like, and then you see
as soon as I saw Bryce like call Bohm over after that homer, he's like, Bohmer. Like, I don't know, I don't know what it was, but it was evident.
Kick. I think it was a leg kick.
It was when he would go
and
a glove drop.
Yeah. I saw that. So, I think Pitching Ninja might have put it, or someone else put it on there, and I was watching that. Yeah.
But it was wild because he called it in real time as we were watching it, and I was like,
"That's crazy." You're just sitting there,
and
like,
then Bohm homers, and it's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, and the broadcast tried to bait it out of them so badly too. Like, they're not going to tell you.
Yeah. Rosenthal,
shut up, man. Like, what? Like, they're not going to tell you that.
I have maybe it's just me. It just seems so weird to go right into the dugout, literally seconds after, and be like, "Okay, what did you think about that?" It's just like,
whoa, I don't like those interviews very much.
They're just
it's
weird.
Very strange.
I guess it's fine. I'm not trying to be the old. Now I guess I'm the old guy that's just like rah rah rah. But it's just like, I don't know. It feels like maybe you could do an interview at a different time. Like, I'm fine with the coach and managers. Like, okay, third inning, like they're going in and out. Like, give us 30 seconds. But like, the dude just hit a home run. Like, and you're just like, okay, what did you think? It's just like, I hit it far.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
You just saw it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the only one that just kind of goes like, these are new and awkward. But anyway,
I one other thing I want to bring up is I think the live ball is back. The fact that they are hitting, Schwarber's home run was ridiculous. Outer corner, change up on a 1-2 count. And he puts it halfway up the trees like it's fucking Coors Field in deep center. Middle or early November in Philadelphia after a rainout. I don't think the balls fly like that. And I don't know. I found it very interesting. I think the live ball is back in play for their marquee series here.
Yeah, he does. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, maybe. But like, Schwarber doesn't hit cheapies. He's a big, he's a big boy.
That swing is top 10 all time.
And he's got
that thing is beautiful.
He's got the juices of being at the bank in Philly. Like, people are just out of their minds over there right now. The Eagles are flying. Phillies are 2 wins away. Like, there is just adrenaline coursing through these dudes' veins right now. Like,
He can go up Otako 440 next time, right?
It's just nothing. Like, it's nothing.
This is what I'm implying, GA. That I think the ball is a little juiced up right now.
Must be swapping off with the Astros.
Chip was at the
on the ground. Yeah.
Chip was at the game last night. So big shouts to that. That's beautiful. All right. Anything else on the baseball front you guys want to address? Talk about anything?
It's Christian Javier night, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you think he's gonna dial tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been so good.
It's time.
I'm gonna load up on Phil's then.
He's been waiting.
If Nez is going all in on the Astros again, I'm just
doing it again. Going right back to the well.
Yeah, I saw this on the broadcast last night that MLS, the Philadelphia Union are in the finals too. It's big time in Philly. 7-0 Eagles and
Sixers just need to pick it up.
Broad Street's going to be a madhouse.
Yeah, no doubt. You know what? I was going to be like, let's start breaking down the NFL slate. I got the baseball itch right now. What do you say we just hop in one right quick? We kick the show off with a bang. We do all 4 sports today. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's do one.
Yeah, I'll just say subscribe, like and subscribe for anyone that hasn't yet.
Oh, yes, doing the Lord's work. Like and subscribe.
Make sure you like, guys.
Please and thank you. It genuinely does. Now that we've started like committing to this, at the beginning it was kind of like a little bit of a bit, and it was kind of like, hey, maybe some people will watch us and maybe we'll just draft some teams together. And now that we got like a little bit of a community and people are actually hanging out and we're drafting every day and that sort of thing, like it would go a long way to get that like and subscribe. I think we were at 297 or 298 this morning subscribers. Let's hit that coveted 300 mark by the end of the show. I mean, this has been a lot of fun for us, and let's keep this train rolling. And the only way to do it is to play the game of the algo. I don't like to succumb to the algorithm, but I think I'm at the mercy of them in some regard here.
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. It helps. We got to do what we got to do, and we appreciate you guys. So we don't want to ask a lot from y'all. Just being here is enough, but it does help. So,
and I want to reiterate one more thing off the top there. We're going to talk about it off air a little bit and talk about it a little bit in the Discord and that sort of thing. But if we do happen to have a show upcoming with some of the good people at Underdog there, I want people's questions, people's feedback, things we can talk about. Like we've talked a lot about transparency in the swap rankings, transparency in the seeing draft boards after drafts are already done. Lots of small things like this. But if anybody else has, additives and feedback, like we'd kind of like to approach it from the angle that like, we're a little bit of like the players association getting together, pooling some feedback and talking it through with one another. Right.
Yeah, I would love to have like an open forum for that, or, at least like have the questions and be able to like say who they came from and whatnot. That way, like, we can get some good discussions here. They did it a summer ago on Twitter Spaces, where they just had a bunch of like, it was just like open forum. They just brought people on to speak, and people were able to ask questions about contests, talk about like more creative ways to sweat fantasy football playoffs. Like, it was really cool. So I think this would be a really good thing, and especially for the channel, I think that we can get a lot of people to come in for that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to be exactly what as much as we want to be fun and draft the games and tout the games and joke around and bullshit, we also want to be that vessel, right? We want to invoke a little bit of change. We want to see how we can go better together, kind of thing. Who do you guys like as your first pick off the board tonight?
It's still, for me, it's still Jordan. But
yeah,
we say defeatedly.
I said I had 64% Jordan. I rolled the 101 over and over and over again.
Was he fall into the second to some like the second pick?
I never got him further than the second pick.
I was getting him first and second.
That's what I'm saying.
First and second.
I kept getting like first and second available, and I'm just like, well.
Oh wow, okay, Paul. That was a snap 2 picks.
Yeah, it was. I kind of like Bregman.
Yeah, I like just like building out these Astros teams. It's just
yeah, they got to Nola once already, right?
Yeah, very stackable. Rangers are a little crafty lefties, so he gets lost off contact. But Nola's my dude. But
they should have brought him back out for that 6, man. With that 7-run lead.
Yeah, I don't know. You could save your lefty too, because he's one of their only lefties out of the pen. If he was a righty, I think I'd bring him back out. But yeah,
that's valid. Yeah, it's just
that's just. Do we like the prospects of? Would we rather go Hoskins as our one Houston player, or would we rather go Pena and then have the one-off Phillies bat?
Let's go. What do you go? I say Hoskins, since it's already there.
Sure. I mean, Hoskins is that binary player, that 0 or 1 player, where it's like he's going to give us 16 points or he's giving us 0. And I kind of like leaning into that profile, right? Like Pena is the kind of guy, that 6 points from Pena is what you needed last night. Instead, right? But, I like leaning into the other side of it. This would be kind of a chalky build if we go Castellanos. So we could get weird and kind of go bomb here or bone here, or we could go a bit further down. What do you guys like?
A little peek behind the Nez curtain. I like Gurriel. I take Gurriel a ton in these. I just feel like he's just like underappreciated as a hitter, and he's always like the guy for me in these contests that like I'm going to be overweight on.
Interesting.
Like who I want more of. Him and Aledmus Diaz. Like I just feel like they're just dudes. But at least Aledmus, you get like a swap option there, so that helped me get some Hensley last night. But
Yeah, Numi's greedy. He wanted that quality start. That's exactly what he wanted.
I know.
Yeah, wanted him to come back out for sure.
He's sweating these minutes. I'm sweating. I'm sweating vicariously through him.
Yeah. What's it called? It'll be interesting to see what the Astros do tonight at DH. They did pinch hit later in the ball game for Trey Mancini. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to the Hensley.
I think we get Vasquez.
You
I think we get Christian.
Christian Vasquez instead of, and you think they keep Maldonado at catcher and go double catcher?
Yeah, one of the two. Either because who's pitching it? Because who loves Maldonado on the staff? I mean, they all do, but
I think everybody loves Maldonado.
I know, but
right?
there's a pitcher on the staff that specifically only, it might be Verlander, I don't know, but only throws to Maldonado. You know what I mean?
So they got to give him a rest, right?
Yeah.
Unless he just catch consecutively throughout the postseason.
That's my thought too. Is like he has.
I think Vasquez catches tonight and somebody else DHs. I don't think they have both catchers in the lineup.
Yeah, they would not do that.
Yeah, and that's my thought process.
Yeah, and I just get the swap off of them. So that's just my thought with.
Yeah, I think mixing in some Vasquez is pretty sharp because he'll be low owned until the lineups come out, and then only the people who are sickos and deep in the weeds will start drafting him when the lineups come out. So you might get some good leverage for a very decent hitter who could be hitting 7th or 8th on that. Yeah, probably 7th.
That's what I did all of yesterday with Mancini and him and then someone else, and then it all just swapped to Bohm. It worked.
Okay. It did work. Yeah.
In theory it worked, but yeah,
in practice it worked. In theory, we don't know. We'll never.
Yeah, in practice and it worked. Yeah, my bad. I'm foggy up here today.
Yeah, I got you. Let's just jump right into this Thursday night knockout slate. We'll talk a little bit about it more tomorrow, prior to. But let's just hop down the line here.
Yeah.
Let's go right into the Thursday night. Just for those who haven't been in these contests, I think I did 4 or 5 of them last night. We have that Philly-Houston game on the Thursday night, which everyone and their dog's projecting Philly just blows the doors off of them. And then we have a Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee Titans game on Sunday night. So quarterback options, very top heavy with Mahomes Hurts up here. You know what? I'm going to bring up the rankings first before I jump in so we could talk through it a bit. Quarterback options, very top heavy, but it's an interesting dynamic with Henry pushed up here that I think we're going to see a lot more teams than usual in a 3-person contest that have some correlation between alpha, like Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hurts, AJ Brown, because I think it's going to be more readily available than it normally would be on a smaller slate. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. It's definitely a top heavy slate. I'm excited that Kadarius Toney's here. That's
and he's kind of buried too. He's buried. He's got like a 4 projection. He's going behind Hardman and MVS. I've mixed him in a couple times. We have no idea what the role is going to look like, but when you can just bet on talent as a one-off late in these drafts, why not, right?
We got Underdog Zone calling the Titans stack. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. The man that told me I was going to win $50K with Malik Willis mixed it in just for him.
Yeah. So is it going to be? We still don't know, right? If it's Malik or Tannehill.
Tannehill's got the Q tag right now. I have not seen the practice report. I'll bring it up right now while Numi gives us some overarching thoughts here. I'll bring up the practice report. I don't know.
Jonathan Taylor won't practice today.
Yeah, vet rest day. Come on, please. One time. Actually,
is he a vet? Is he coming up an ankle injury? Is that
he's a vet for a running back?
Yeah. Did I open the right tab? Do you guys see the practice report right now?
No, sir. I see Underdog rankings.
Okay, all good. Okay, let's. There's no practice report from the Titans yet. That makes sense. Sunday night. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
They're -12 favorite. The Chiefs are and the Eagles are -14. So like, this is
Texans all the way, baby.
Ugly. This is ugly.
Are you guys? So just looking at this, I haven't done one of these yet. Is it Kelsey 101? Because that's my immediate thought.
I think with Goddard on the slate, it kind of evens that out a little bit. I think I'm kind of I've seen Kelsey 101. I've seen myself take Kelsey 101. but I've also seen him fall to 3. I think this is a very fun slate at the top because there is a lot of decisions to be made. I think you can justifiably say between Mahomes, Hurts, Henry,
that's why it's
Kelsey,
tough.
AJ Brown, I think you can literally pick any one of these because I think even the wide receiver position, I think AJ Brown is a very clear standout on this slate as well. So it makes for a lot of decision points in the first couple picks, which isn't always the case on these short slates. And I think that's what makes this one very fun.
Yeah, that's why I just immediately asked what you guys were thinking, because like you see all the firepower up there. It's kind of like it normally it's an auto click, but now it's kind of like you gravitate towards it, but then you look at everyone else and you kind of double take it. Like, do I do this? Like, there's plenty of other options out here. For me, I guess I'll just have to do a couple of drafts. We'll see how the draft board kind of plays out and just,
Yeah, I think it's nice at the running back position too. Like we talk about painting narrative a lot. I think Henry is, Henry's Henry, right? And he puts up 20 every week and blah, blah, blah. But in a trailing script where you're 12-point dogs on the road, like, I don't know. I'm not sure I want that.
It's not automatic anymore. Not right here. Not in this matchup.
Yeah, that for me, that makes Dontrell Hilliard a lot more in play than what he normally would be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we
that's
might
exactly
need to get Barry Galbraith here and think like second half. Like who's going to come in the second half of games if these games are as bad as we expect?
And well, let's not. And that leads me to.
Go ahead, Ty.
No.
I was going to say, let's hope that Henry doesn't get those basically 10 targets down the field where he just runs down, turns his back, catches it, designed like Mark is saying, and it's just like, well, guess what? We've figured out that Henry is our best player. We're gonna get him the ball regardless if it's in the passing game or just continuing to run it down the throat. Like, so
with the third, he's either like your third or fourth pick or like 5-6 on the turn, and like that's what you're hoping. That's the hope.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
I think in the current spread situation, in the way Vegas is projecting these games, that late at the running back position, my eyes gravitate to 2 players, Isaiah Pacheco and Boston Scott, as the kind of exactly what we saw last week with Philly, where they're up 21 and starters are out and Minshew's in and Boston Scott is getting 6 carries, and that's all you need from an RB2 on this slate to close out that game. And in that exact same vein, Isaiah Pacheco is, everybody talked up how he got the start last week and that sort of thing. I'd be less concerned about that, and I'd be more thinking about who's going to run out the clock in that ball game if they get up 3 scores, and that will be your ideal RB1 in a 0 RB build, or that'll be your ideal RB2 if they find the end zone.
Right. Yeah, I like that. Another one that I would throw in there is super gross, but Dare Ogunbowale for the Texans. He played some garbage minutes a couple weeks ago, and he's like a pass catching back. So is potentially a floor, but he's only been in there for like really like super duper garbage time. But 14-point spread against what looks like the best team in the NFL right now, sans the Bills. Like I might. If I'm volume drafting, like I might mix in a little Dare.
I like it.
To that point, it's just as gross. But Rex Burkhead, like
he's
in the same
definitely
vein. What if it's a 14-point game, 21-point game going into the second half, and like they just simply need Rex out there to catch, and that's I'm trying to see
third down sets forever. Basically,
trying to see Damon Pierce's. So Pierce is still getting plenty of receptions and targets, so it's not like he's the one, but that it's just in the context of the slate we need to talk about these guys.
Yeah, you definitely I'm gonna end up with some Burkhead, and it's not gonna be fun. But
Bop in the chat bringing up here the Philly stack or bust. I'm not as strongly stanced on that, but I do definitely agree that if I get Hurts, I want to stack him in the first 2 rounds there. I really like that concept. And then I also really like the Mahomes Kelsey, if you can get it. Like, I think I'm trying to get Mahomes Kelsey every single time. And my fallback is getting like Jalen Hurts plus something. And James bringing up a sentiment that I share as well,
Yeah.
in that I like the back end of these draft boards comparatively. This is not a slate where I'm looking to roll the 101 over and over again and have that decision point. I'm looking to end up with quarterback pass catcher stack and hope that other player takes Henry at 1 or takes AJ Brown at 1 or something like that, and I can get myself a different kind of stack, right? Brett, what's up, baby?
I think another person that we maybe can put in there just because we don't know how the Chiefs are going to play is just like Jerick McKinnon too. It's just like all of these Chiefs running backs seem to be in play, although
they're all in play.
I like the Pacheco call for sure. And it's like, do we feel like, Clyde up there at a big, just in ranking gap, when I'm looking at the ranking, he's the kind of clear cut bunch of piss boy yellow. And then all of a sudden there's that kind of clump of Hilliard, Burkhead, Pacheco, McKinnon. So it's like, I don't really, maybe I'll have to look into that, but I don't really see Clyde as that big of a bump from the rest of the guys. Between Hilliard, Burkhead, Pacheco, McKinnon, do you guys see that? Nope. As that a tier? Okay. Because I've kind of clumped them all together. So
yeah, I agree with you there. I think if you don't get Henry, I think there's a path to Miles Sanders breaking the slate, and it's him scoring 2-3 times on the ground early in that contest. That's one path to breaking the slate there. I do not see a path to CEH breaking the slate. You know what I mean? I see the path with Henry, Sanders, and maybe even Pierce if he gets into the end zone twice to start that game in some weird ass funky fumble turnover. They get the ball in close to the goal line and he pounds it in. But I do not see a path to any of these running backs breaking the slate outside of potentially Henry and Sanders. So just dive into the variance at the KC back end.
Yeah, I still think maybe Pierce has that breaking slate ability, or to maybe match it with them. It's not as, I don't like it as likely, especially with that, the game and the script and everything. But I think he still has the capability to possibly be up there with them. So I will say that. But yeah, I think those three, if you were to rank them, definitely, I think it would go Henry, Sanders, Pierce, and then big gap. Big gap.
I agree with that. You agree with that, Nez?
Yeah. I think it's definitely. There's a big 3 at running back, and I don't feel good about Pierce at all this week. It just really feels like he's got a 12-point ceiling, absolute max this week. Carlos though, I'm just perplexed. 47 drafts last night, big ups.
47 drafts.
Good on.
You got 3 Mahomes Kelce's. Wow,
that'll
that's
tell you how rare
volume.
it is. Yeah, and I'm sure you didn't
don't
see
even
many.
know.
You don't even know.
You don't even know it.
That is good.
I'm interested to see the squads that you kind of built around that, just to see what's available.
Carlos, share some of those
in the Discord.
If you feel comfortable, share one or 2 of those Mahomes stacks so we could see kind of how it ran out behind that. Clay bringing up something interesting, that this kind of goes to what we were just talking about, how Sanders is the most important pick on the slate in the range in which he goes. Is he's the make or break second/third round guy who can break the slate, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And and the Texans allowed the most rush yards so far this season. And I think that plays into Jalen Hurts' floor as well. So we can spin this narrative 2 ways, where this makes Hurts the clear-cut 101 at quarterback, or this also provides the upside and ceiling that we need for Sanders.
And Houston has the 32nd ranked run DBOA and 32nd ranked rush defense by a big gap per PFF.
Wow.
So I don't know what they're doing over there, but it definitely feels
not it.
It feels like you want Sanders leverage paired with Chiefs stacks and hope that Sanders scores, Hurts and his weapons don't get there other than Sanders, and then you have everybody else you need. I feel that's the meta tactic for this slate.
Good point.
Oh, so the way that could look is
that could look 4.
No, it's 3. And I think they made it 3 because of the uncertainty at the Titans quarterback position.
Yeah, I agree. And that's good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good on them.
Hey, look at that influencer 101 as always.
Hope. What
is that like?
What up, Hope?
Oh, what up, Hope? Friend of the show.
Oh,
Quality
man.
player in her own right.
So yeah, I mean, for me, it's a quarterback, right?
Yeah, I think for me it's Jalen Hurts because we have no chance of Kelsey coming back, but we do have this off shot chance that we could double stack Hurts with Smith and Goddard.
Yeah, dude, I'm down for whatever here. This is my first one, so we can just kind of play them out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't know where'd your guys' mind go.
So like, I mean,
that's Smith and Goddard stack. Like, gotta be there.
Yeah, I think like, if this was a no badge, maybe you can get the Mahomes and Kelsey comes back, but seeing Hope there, it's kind of like, that's my thought. Yeah. So like, I cross that out.
Henry at the 101 paired with Sanders. Interesting way to go. Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be exactly what you need. Let's take Hurts. I like the rushing floor narrative. I like they could blow the doors off in a better capacity than Kansas City could.
I don't know. I feel comfortable all the time. Maybe it's wrong, but like when I get a Kansas City, any Kansas City, I mean, obviously Juju, but like when I get Marquez Valdez, when I get Cole, like I'm fine with them just because of the quarterback that comes with them and the upside of that. We talked about, I think there was just Mark talking about, we'll draft you. Okay. Well, AJ Brown.
Wow.
And
so we got,
Standard, maybe.
Yeah. No. I mean, that worked out better than we could have ever expected to get the AJ Brown fall.
Do we want to triple it with Miles or no?
I think that I was going to pose the question. I'm kind of more inclined. We talked about the tier gap, but the way that we're building this team, I'm kind of more inclined to take another one of the pass catchers than Sanders. But I don't know. What do you guys like?
Sheesh, man. I have trouble saying no to Sanders.
I would think I would take Sanders just because of. Yeah, the same thing. It's tough for me to say no to him. I'm trying to bring up their.
He gives you so much more of a chance. Like, I feel like the likelihood his floor just feels a lot better than like maybe if we got CH on the way back, we'd be singing a different tune. I'm about to hook him up.
Okay, yeah, maybe fire that one in the chat for us. That's my bad there, Carlos. I'll get that straightened out.
Yeah, I think they kind of like. What am I
Discord
trying to say?
links expire.
There we go, dude. I'm so foggy.
Okay, what do you guys think? I kind of like CEH and Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I think we
Cooks
gotta
on the
go
run.
Cooks.
Yeah,
Cooks on the run back, and then we just painted the CEH blah narrative, but I don't really see. I mean, you could make the case for MVS here. You could make the case for Tony, but I still think CEH from just like a floor perspective in this build makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I have no problem like drafting safely like this in a contest like this.
One thing I want to was it the Titans that had that deep ball, like the terrible against deep balls? Was that what? It wasn't the Colts playing the Titans?
That was the narrative.
That was the narrative that Spags gave us. Yeah.
So for me, that's why I was thinking there maybe Marquez Valdez Scantling, because he kind of fits that type of player where you were going with Reese Hoskins. I know it's a different sport, but like 0 or big play
15. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're definitely right.
Just
thinking my thought process with this lineup in particular, the fact that we ran so pure with like Hurts, Sanders, and AJ Brown, the way we win this contest isn't necessarily through an MVS bomb. In a different build, that's maybe how we win the contest. But in this one, I'm kind of like, wow, this team is an absolute nutted smash. Let's just take the 8 points. I'm Team Hooper. I like OJ Howard out of the other ones.
I like Hooper a lot.
I like Hooper just because of the role. And we've seen that they are currently out of receiving options effectively, right?
Yeah.
Between Kyle Phillips being gone, between Treylon Burks being gone, between, that team is decimated at the wide receiver position. And I kind of just throw out Austin Hooper's game from last week and just be like, that was Malik Willis week. And maybe we just get Tanny back here.
I even like Hooper for Willis because that's what I was playing off of. Just like, he's going to be in those nice safety routes where if Willis can just get it to him, he's going to have that play. It just seems like the young quarterbacks fixate on not a tight end, but just the safety blanket routes. Maybe not, because Pickett likes to just throw interceptions deep and do all that. But I mean, that's just my thought. So yeah, I mean, I'll go back to that well, because even in the goal line stand and in a couple battle royales, no one cares about my teams hashtag. But I would always do Hooper and Willis. I just thought that was the way to do it. So yeah, I love Hooper.
Yeah, I like that. Chip bringing up some interesting points in the chat. This is what my thought process was. Like, Goddard from a replacement level is so much higher than the remaining tight ends. So maybe we go double stacked there and hope that they run it in on the ground a couple times via Hurts instead of via Sanders. And maybe Sanders isn't the piece you need in that build. Like, they eat each other's ceilings. I think that's a really sharp point there, just in general. GA bringing up the fact that Cooks doesn't care about this season anymore. I don't like to dive so far into those narratives, but I could see that. I mean, I wouldn't care about this season anymore with the Texans if I didn't get traded at the deadline there. And, but I don't think he's that type of player. We've seen him in the past ball out with bad quarterback play on bad non-competing teams.
That catch last week at like the end of the game where it was unbelievable. Like he was caught at like the 10 or 5 yard line, and then it kind of just the clock kind of expired basically. If you guys saw that, but he makes the big plays, and the Texans are going to be in that game script where I think they're going to have to just pass, and they're going to have to catch up to them. It's just going off Vegas and going off the teams and everything. I think it's safe to say we all think the Eagles are going to come out and just put a number on them quick, and then that's going to make the script have to be passed. So
A&T bringing up the fact that, it looks like they did flatten this payout structure a little bit more on the Thursday night contest. I would have to go back in the archives and do a little Excel deep dive, but I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I mean, you're definitively correct about the fact that it used to be 12K to first. Now it's 9. The only thing I would have to double check is the entrance. Was it always 13 something? Because in the past we've had it as a $10. In the past we've had it as, it's been slightly different structured. This is a $5 Thursday Sunday. We've had $10 Thursday Sundays in the past. So I would have to. I don't want to definitively.
One of them was that's a 10K one. So trying to find.
Actually, if we go back and we look at
13, the 12K one was 13,752. Same.
So exact same contest size, exact same buy-in, payout structure has been adjusted.
Correct.
Very nice. Very nice. Cool. Yeah. Looked into it, and that was that. Yeah.
You see the 9K.
There you go. Mamba said it was verified as flatter in the Spike Week Discord.
One thing that's interesting.
Where's Mamba at in our Discord? Come on, dog.
Gotta ping him.
Yeah.
I sent that message about Cam Akers to you guys yesterday about him wanting to play. We just got an update. The Rams turned down multiple trade offers for Cam Akers, hoping that he'll play for him again this season. And then just seeing those tweets yesterday where it was he literally just goes, "We want to see you play." If it was up to me, I'd be playing. Just tweeting that out. It's just wow, that's an interesting drama. Scenario. Yeah, going on in LA.
Very interesting dynamic there. Hard to say.
Yeah, just fun. Just fun.
Bones bringing up the point. Do we like I don't want to definitively comment before I do a deeper dive onto the payout structure, but I think just in a vacuum, I would say flatter payout structures benefit the volume players more. So I would be always kind of in favor of flatter payout structures, not to an extreme level. There is a delicate balance between whether we give out 40% for first, 30% for first, 25% for first. There's a very delicate balance there. But I would say just in general so far that when the contests have moved back to flatter, they fill faster, people's accounts stay fuller longer. The volume players can recoup some value, because I had a friend of mine bring it up last night when we were just talking about these contests organically, and he's saying, it's kind of fucked up that I've been playing, and he's not a volume player, he's not anything. It's kind of fucked up that I'm playing and I put in 5 entries and I cashed 4 of them and I lost money this week, and it's when you min cash, you get $7 back on your $5 and he still lost money, right? It's just a very interesting thought process. Or he cashed 3 out of 5 entries in the battle royale, and he comes out with $21 instead of $25, right? But he cashed 3 of them. So it's a very delicate balance. It's a very interesting scenario because at that point you're kind of just paying rake and running in circles. But it's going to be something to talk through in the future, and we will do a deep dive. Nez was working on a little bit of stuff behind the scenes there. I think I like Jalen Hurts here. You could twist my arm into Kelsey if we want to see if we can get a different build. But the fact that Mahomes is already gone, I'm less inclined to take Kelsey. So I think I'm going to take Jalen Hurts here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you end up on pick 5 with like something nice, right? Like if Kelsey goes, cool. Now, okay, yeah, twist
the
my
savant
arm,
has
AJ
spoken.
Brown,
and now we get. Oh yeah, Bop with his call last night in that OKC
right, well, let's get
game.
the Eagles in negative game script then, right? Let's go.
I'm out there posting nonstop, like, dude, like, come on now, like, we got this Giddy news way before, or we got the SGA news way before, and he's just like, oh, I'm just saying, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, Giddy questionable. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm now getting my injury report specifically from Bop. So around 12,
man,
you're gonna get
hand in the dirt guy.
Hashtag Bop knows.
You're gonna be get a DM Bop. I'm just gonna be like, I need the goods.
Maybe this build is more common than we think, because now this is 2 drafts and we've had the opportunity to take it twice now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it this time. You could tell me Pierce is a tier gap ahead. I would agree with you. I think Goddard's a huge tier gap ahead as well. And I think I'd rather build out the Philly triple here than
if we
take
gotta get exposure.
Stud Racer took. Okay, they went Sanders and Juju. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he gets the Juju stack, and then he gets the leverage off the other game with the Sanders. I could tell that story for sure. I want to just address this real quick. Robert saying props to Red Mamba and Underdog. Yeah, and throw in Nick Rudman there too, because he was one of the guys that reached out yesterday off of yesterday's show. But hey, guys, that's what I said right off the top. They're paying attention to us. They care. They care about the players. They care about the feedback. I still haven't received my hat and shirt in the mail yet, but
I think Redmond's going to trek.
They care about most players and the feedback. They just don't.
They care about you.
Two. Yeah.
They don't care about my teams.
Yeah.
What do you guys like?
Buy a hat, Mr. Poker Guy. No,
I kind of like any one of these 3.
Well,
let's go. Okay. Maybe Cooks for the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the run back.
I think maybe we don't do a CEH and we kind of build that thing we were talking about how CEH is kind of clumped into that other tier.
Yeah, he was definitely going to go to the Mahomes.
I like that
team.
I like that.
I mean, I don't like I don't mind your Pacheco call. I don't mind the Hilliard.
Brett
I don't mind.
Brett can't take another running back, so
we don't gotta take him now
or running back first. I think we go with your MVS break the slate narrative here.
What if we do MVS and Hilliard?
Yeah, I like that. And then Hilliard
we don't
have
to do Hilliard, but I do like the MVS. I don't know. He's
MVS
that guy where
sense.
Just gives you. I mean, they're slowly starting to get him involved more, and it's Patrick Mahomes. It's that same scenario where Mark was talking about the Bills. Like they're just disappointed when they literally have to kick a field goal or when they don't score a touchdown every single drive. Those are the 2 teams that come to mind. Like maybe it's the Bills more if you deep dive into statistics, but the football eye test when you're watching the Chiefs is they seriously just want to score every drive, and if they don't, they look bummed. Like so. I agree with you there. Off that.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pull rank on this one, and I think I'm gonna go Pacheco. I think Pacheco was the guy I shouted off the top. Pacheco's the run out the clock guy. I don't know. Fuck, he doesn't really fit this narrative. Twist my arm to me. All right, we're going. Hilliard.
You can do whatever. I don't. I mean, I
think you're right. No, I think you're right. The scenario in which this team wins is Philly onslaught. Brandon Cooks on the bring back. Brandon Cooks scores. Wow, that ended very fast.
I know the team.
Okay, Brandon Cooks scores once on the bring back. We win that Philly stack, and then MVS is the piece you need at the wide receiver core on the other side of the KC game. And then because you need that piece, it's trailing script, it's Hilliard, it's not. We don't want that game to shoot out, and we don't want it to be a Pacheco game. We want it to be a Hilliard game because MVS scored, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
You know,
I like
I'm
it.
a little
Just looked in the crystal
but
ball. just saw the whole thing, right? We don't even need to watch the games this week.
Yeah, we don't need to. I just depicted the entirety of the
Bones
game.
is asking about Tony. I don't think yet like we can really expect like a huge impact. And the reason I say that is like just based on like what we've heard about Tony, it seems like he's had playbook issues in the past, and now he's at a brand new team, brand new playbook, and not just a brand new playbook, but like a convoluted one based on like what we know about Andy Reid. So I would say this week, like he's fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's gonna have like a ginormous impact this week. And as far as who he impacts the most, I'd say he impacts everybody about the same.
Yeah.
I'd say Mecole Hardman.
Yeah,
a little bit more so than the others.
He's the type of player that can he only give him 2-3 touches and he makes the most of it. But like that's the hardest thing to bet on in these contests is like, will he get those 2 to 3 touches and then score or make use of them? You know what I mean? Because it's not out of the realm where they do work him in, get him the couple, but I agree with Nez there. It's like I just don't know. I think it's still a little too early. I'm willing to get burned by Kadarius Toney this week, and if he does it, he does it.
Yeah, it's the most fun way to lose.
It is the most fun way to lose, is it not? I've been on the record. Old John Boy's been on the record to say, can you guys see that a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I've been on the record in the past to call Kadarius Toney Antonio Callaway 2.0. Just like that loose cannon from Florida with all the talent in the world that we all wanted to do. It's so unfair, but I'm going to paint that narrative until I see otherwise. All right.
Oh my God. That's good.
Shout out to Chad Lee, followed by a bunch of numbers in both the Discord and the Underdog Streets, doing the Lord's work again, giving us all the ADP data. This is only based off of his first 10 drafts. For audio listeners and for whatever is, we are flipping now to the main slate of football. And we're just seeing a lot of Josh Allen at the top, but interesting to note, stacked 70% of the time with that. I think almost everyone who's taking Josh Allen is gravitating to Gabe Davis on the stack in the third round. Right. We've seen it win once this time. We've seen it win once this year already. And it plays into a little bit of that narrative that we talked about off the top of the show yesterday, which is everyone is stacking this week because quarterback is so flat. So every quarterback is going a bit later in ADP than we're accustomed to, and it's opening up the possibility to stack in every single draft. Right or wrong, I don't know. Time will tell. We'll think through this slate together, but it just kind of seems like this was my immediate takeaway that Tua stacked 80% of the time. Josh Allen stacked 70% of the time. Herbert stacked 67% of the time. Joe Burrow stacked 78% of the time. So I mean, this is a little different than in weeks past where you had to reach on quarterback with ADPs and hope for stack partners. This week, man, we are just eating stacks with whatever you want. How does that change your guys' approach?
For me, I don't know that I can really like deviate from that, from stacking just because the field's doing it. That to me, it's like, that just tells me I need to get unique elsewhere, right? Where it's like maybe it's just like skinny stacks, right? Like it's not no doubles, just skinnies, and then mixing in like I think there's like I really think that getting different at running back is still a really important piece to the puzzle in these games, and it just because chalk keeps hitting like that, it just it hasn't been as fruitful as I think it that strategy can be in something like this where you can only take 12 running backs max in a draft, and it's particularly like the same 12. So there are some guys we can get into it in a minute, but I think there's some one really, really interesting name that I like this week at running back, but I'll
I think it's just the field's getting a little sharper. Like they're getting a little sharper. They're understanding that we want to I think there was one week where you didn't have a stack, but like in general, you want to get that small correlation. And then we just kind of got to get different with it. We got to determine what to do with our builds, how different we want to get. It seems like, the chalk and the best plays are the best plays of the reason. So I think just kind of mixing and matching those and trying to get the different builds and within letting those ADP values fall to you and scooping them up. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to really change my everything just because the field is stacking. I just feel like that's maybe not the right way to go. Just figure out how to get different in the builds, and maybe not get as different as I've been preaching or wanting to do.
Interesting.
I think maybe, and not just, just from not just 2 weeks, but just don't go too heavily on getting those like last round weird darts. Is just kind of because there's still quality players that are projected higher than the guys I've been going in the last round darts that I would pass up just because I just don't think they're being drafted at all. And I don't know maybe if that's the right way to play. So yeah, there's some interesting things I've been going in and maybe redefining, adjusting my process a bit.
I feel the circle back on the GPP bro is coming, right? Like we've talked so much about the chalk hitting. We've talked about so much about the high percentage and high owned plays getting there week after week after week.
Yep.
There's got to be one of these weeks where the old GPP bro circles back around and you need that one offshoot off the radar Romeo Dobbs to break the slate. You need that Khalil Herbert to take over that backfield and have him. I don't know.
Put me back in my place. Put me back in my place. I don't need to adjust too much. No,
this is open discourse.
Yeah, it makes sense because
I don't know. It's
kind of overreaction if you think about it on my part. Like just thinking, oh, I'm not gonna. But I just think it's just not going overboard on getting the Kirk Cousins, KJ Osborne, Irv Smith doubles and then continuing to get different. That's, I think, my mindset is just identifying the good plays for a reason. And when there are good plays later in drafts that you identify, just take them because they do have good ceiling. They still are GPP plays because they're not going as frequent as the others. But like, I would just kind of overlook and pass them and just be like, now I have my GPP plays that are real off the board. So yeah, maybe just to find that delicate balance is what I need to do. So.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what it is yet because we're still feeling it out. We're still feeling these games through. I mean, it could be that the top ADP plays in these contests when we get a 5-year sample are always the best plays. We could figure it out 5 years from now and reverse engineer the data, look back on it and be like, the best plays were always the best plays because the field is that sharp. I don't know. Maybe that's how we end up. Maybe that's how we end up looking back at these contests and we go, holy shit, we were so dumb for jumping off the board because ADP knew best. But who knows? Because this isn't a salary-based game. This is the people telling us, right?
I never had all four. Let's clarify that.
Sorry, Clay, I missed this. I kept running with NFL. I would have jumped into the hoops, but my bad. We're seeing some other stuff. Yeah. Chad bringing up the fact that he hasn't seen a dig stack yet. We've seen one. We've seen one posted in the Discord so far. I have seen one. I estimated that just based. Yeah, shout out to Dusty for getting one there. I did estimate that I think it'll be less than a fraction of a percent that'll occur. I think there will be less than 200 Allen plus dig stacks this week.
Yeah.
That's a hunch, an inclination. That's a little bit of bro science
and my hope
on my part
and my hope.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's interesting. Chip bringing up the fact that he just got CEH. He just got CEH in the last round of that draft. So playing into the narrative of what we said, that there maybe is in people's mind a clear divide between the top tier of running back of that Henry, Sanders, and then just kind of and Pierce, and then it just kind of falls off a cliff. So people are gravitating to pass catcher over CEH. Don't know. Might be a point of leverage. Might be a usage thing. Who knows? Throwing that one out there. What was the one you wanted to bring up, Numi?
Oh, just like, hasn't this been the narrative like for like 5 weeks now?
Yeah, down straight.
Like
Watch the intro from yesterday, Numi.
Yeah.
Watch the intro from yesterday. Get on board before
if Tom Brady
Giselle
beats me,
your
Tom
ass.
Brady beats me. Yeah, I think it's just we've been running that narrative into the ground for so long. Like,
man,
piss Tom. It's like,
yeah, Chris bringing this one up that Chris Godwin is going undrafted at some frequency. Yeah. Chris Godwin is getting drafted at a 70% frequency, according to Chad's small sample size data here. I've seen him go undrafted a handful of times as well in rooms in which, I didn't take him, basically.
Same with Taylor and Lenny as well.
I mean, we're talking about guys that had 14 targets last week. 14 targets last week in Chris Godwin, 11 targets for Mike Evans. Come on. Let's go. Let's get on board with that. The highest pass rate, one of the highest pass rate offenses, second in yards, first in completions. Let's go, man.
I'm gonna go back.
The touchdown regression is coming.
I'm gonna mix them in. They're not as gross as I was looking at yesterday. I'm a fraud, but I'll mix them in.
Oh, sorry. Chad bringing up hasn't seen much ADP. It's very early in the week. It's not much has changed in the streets. Mike Evans moving down a little bit, moving up a little bit. Yeah, depends on what your perspective is. But Herbert sliding a little bit, Burrow sliding a little bit. So even further pointing to our narrative that quarterback isn't as highly valued from the field's standpoint moving into this week. So all the more incentive to either stack or pivot off that. Or I didn't bring it up for everybody. Sorry, I'm on the wrong tab. Apologies.
Oh, John.
Yeah, fucking amateur hour out here, huh? There we go. Cool. Good. Can we see it? All right. Yeah. So just slight changes in here. Boyd falling a little bit, Godwin falling a little bit.
These are all fallers, right?
Yeah, these are damn near negligible so far. Less than a round spot. We're going to see a lot of movement over the course of the week, but just the preliminary feel of the slate. I don't know why it keeps going back to the top there for me. And Amon-Ra St. Brown and Aaron Jones as two of the biggest risers, and Kyle Pitts. And it's, nice pat on the back to us for recognizing that yesterday. We all said, Pitts ADP is going to rise. People are going to start thinking of Pitts as a difference maker on this slate. Tight end is pretty flat. He's going to rise. And then we talked about how much we like that Amon-Ra and Aaron Jones mini, especially now that TJ Hawkinson is gone.
Yeah. I'm expecting to see a riser here soon, and maybe not. Maybe not, because it's a muddied backfield now. And Cordarrelle Patterson is practicing this week, facing the Chargers. I'm going to have a little bit of Cordarrelle, I think.
Wow, that's a very nice nugget, very nice name to throw out there. Get ahead of that in the same way we got ahead of Tony Pollard with the narrative that he's getting activated this week.
I thought he was getting activated.
He was getting.
Okay, let's confirm before we pump those bags. Yeah,
I saw it too. I saw something about like a 21-day window. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. This is my narrative. Mike Evans catches that 80-yard touchdown. How are we viewing him? How are we viewing this offense? How different are we viewing this team, right? We can point to isolated examples like this with so many teams and players and whatever on a weekly basis. But I feel very strongly about this one so far this week. And my stats might change a little bit and whatnot, but Evans, Lenny, Brady, my three highest owned players right now. And, if you want to follow me down that rabbit hole, by all means, there's plenty of room on this bandwagon, but but I don't know.
Yeah. CPAT is practicing, by the way. He's expected to practice today.
There you go. Saw the tweet. CPAT expected to be activated. That's good to know in a home league of mine where I don't have a running back and he's sitting on my IR. So,
wow.
Lucky me. Not confirmed though. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. And yeah, Chris shouting out, wow, DMs with Rudman big time. I'm telling you, man, we got friends in the show. People are watching. People are paying attention. This is, you guys, our small little community is having a little bit of influence right now. So don't be afraid to share your feedback. Talk about it openly with us. We want to be this vessel, this communication beacon with Underdog. There's very nice people over there that have done very nice things for us and reaching out with us. So let's keep this discourse going.
CPAT's confirmed practicing today. Confirmed active practicing from the coach.
Great little nugget there
Let's go.
from our boy Nez being ahead of the curve on CPAT. What do you
Let's
say we
go.
build a little CPAT roster right now? Twist my arm, huh?
Let's go. $5.
Oh shoot.
Fire it up.
Man. Yeah, hey, Badge Brigade, get in here. 3 more spots, $5 entry. Let's go. Let's draft some teams together. All right.
I think Paul took all of our viewers because he was poaching for a goal line stand. Oh no, we're good. Goal line stand just ended.
Everyone spent their bankroll on the goal line stand. Hey, friend of the show, Dark Sheep, winning player from last night, right there. Love to see it.
Spending that money. Let's
Just
go.
lurking in.
Yeah,
this
he's
chat,
in the streets now.
Not saying a
never
word.
withdraw.
Yeah.
Hashtag never withdraw. I love it. Oh man.
Never.
How about the big
Got to
dog?
invest.
Guys, how do we feel about the big dog, but like on a weekly basis? But like, how do you make it fair? Because, how do we not leave it to the RNG in a single entry contest? Because a single entry contest on DraftKings are by far my favorite contests, right? Or the 3 max, the single entry. Like, I think that's what people with half a brain have gravitated towards over the years, right? How do we make that fair on Underdog, where we're not just at the mercy of the RNG to get Josh Allen number 1 and, oh my God, I lit $250 on fire?
I feel like, I don't know. The answer is probably like get some.
Whoa! For the bit, baby! For the bit! Oh!
Wow.
Respect the show, baby, for the bit.
The outtake too, but he's
Oh,
gonna be
man.
practicing too. That's just funny.
Dark Sheep the King taking CPAT 101 for the brand.
God,
you
man.
love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Oh, that was a beautiful thing.
That's why he's the legend, dude.
That's why he's the legend.
Oh,
That's why we're probing for him to be in the Discord. Share his lineups. Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, who
That
trolls
was
harder, John or Dark Sheep? I don't know. That's the battle of the Titans right there.
Dark Sheep's S tier, man. He's absolutely S tier.
I was about to say we should take Eckler to set up our run back off CPAT, but our 101 CPAT is gone. Let's take Tyreek Hill and see what happens.
Oh, okay.
You don't like it?
No, I do like it, man. I take Tyreek so much. Like,
yeah.
He's on pace to break the all-time receiving record. Like,
crazy, dude.
Tua is him. Tyreek Hill is open.
Throw this draft out.
This is getting thrown out. Not a Dark Sheep drafts the winner, and we're all like, ADP doesn't matter. Just know who the best plays are.
Yeah, Nez always bringing those. Nez's Nuggets. What do we feel about that? Nez's Nuggets, the new segment. Nez's Nuggets. He drops
on the show.
Hey, Hey, should we go for it? Let's go for it.
You get an Uber driver, just like, yeah, we got your nuggets. And he's like, oh,
yeah, because Sheep might really, really, really troll us and take Tua.
Oh, he is. He is gonna troll us, dude.
No,
that's all.
I don't know.
If he does that, this draft gets thrown out. He can't do that.
He might.
He's gonna set up the full Falcons onslaught.
Yeah, there you go. Clay saying this is getting thrown out.
No, it ain't.
Nah.
Let's see. Let's see what his knowledge is. He's probably gonna.
There we go. He's flipping the board. The board. We got to get Pete back on the show to flip the board.
Yeah. Okay. So is he like a Packers fan? So maybe he's still got
Sheep
love. Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't think he cares about NFL.
He just straight up.
he is a
Wisconsinite.
So I don't think he really cares as much as for baseball.
Okay.
He's gonna come in here and just lay one on me right now for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Costco nuggets. Them sound nice.
What do those come in a bag of like 2,000? Like how many chicken nuggets come in a frozen bag of Costco?
You need 4 freezers just to like pack full all
That's
your
the
Costco
problem.
runs.
I can't shop at Costco in an apartment. I need a deep freezer. And I need also the Brady Bunch or a
guys. Many are saying when you go to Costco that you really come back and just feed your freezer.
Give you snaps for that.
I don't know. I don't really want to acknowledge that one.
I don't want to give
him any acknowledgement. Dude,
Oh, I love Feed the Free
Wow,
Bird.
Clay's doing it in his Brooklyn apartment. All right, I'm gonna buck up. I'm gonna
There
figure
you
it
go.
out.
Brooklyn apartment. Yeah, you're really looking bad if he's doing it there.
Hey, fun little nugget here. We don't have Chick-fil-A in Canada.
You got Tim Hortons though, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Tim Hortons is bomb. We had one in Bemidji because it was like the closest thing. They're like, you're close to Canada. Might as well just pop one up here.
Yeah.
It was I'm pretty sure it was the hockey players put a petition because so many people came from Canada. They're like, they wanted it. It was like 20 years in the making and then finally got it.
Yeah.
After this pick, I gotta relay a joke I saw on Twitter.com yesterday. Yeah.
What do you guys like?
Boy, right?
Yeah, Pitts is kind of our boy right now. All right.
Let's get that ADP up.
Yeah. This is an interesting build because there's no obvious run back on the Chicago side because we don't really want anybody on the Chicago side. I mean, Darnell Mooney might be in play, either of the running backs, but they cannibalize one another. So I'm not really sure. There's an obvious Chicago run back for us. So I kind of just think we just pluck pieces in other game environments that we like and put them around this now.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go for broke.
It's interesting that I've routinely seen Dalvin Cook as the name that keeps falling this week. I don't know why.
Right?
For whatever reason, it's always Dalvin that's falling, and I don't know why.
Man, I don't know. Like, Washington's defense is definitely better than I give them credit for, but man, I think Dalvin Cook is the pick.
What about this
Cook
plan?
Is him, dude.
You guys like this plan?
Yeah, if Terry can fall. Just speaking of Tim Hortons, Davis yesterday, Maddock had like a funny tweet talking about how just hyping up Claypool and hyping up the Bears front office for what they did. But there was a quote tweet in there that was comparing. They called Chase Claypool a Tim Hortons DJ Chark, and I just lost it.
That's pretty good.
That was everyone likes to.
That's a good little one.
Be a Canadian, but
yeah,
we need to get rid of the other Canadian in Pittsburgh, Matt Canada. That's what
Chase Claypool. He grew up 30 minutes from here.
You guys probably played ball together. He probably talks about playing with you all the time. He's telling his friends, "I play with you guys know John Warner." What?
So he runs this stupid little internet show.
best route runner I've ever seen north of the border.
North of the border. One little nugget: the Washington has second-ranked defense, rush defense, DVOA, and 15th in PFF. So that could be it.
But also, Dalvin Cook is him. Did we think about that?
That's what I said. Dalvin is indeed him. So,
guys, do you like this Terry? Do we like this Terry run back? Or
I think I do. I think I do.
Yeah, you stated it yesterday, and I dug deep into that a little bit. I don't have it, but the points back or the data backed up your Heineke to McLaurin. He just targets him and fixates on him and gets him the ball, and then coincide with our defense. I think it's a great run back. I really like Terry this week as a run back, even just as a solo too, if you need to later. So
there's so many good picks left.
Yeah, low key. Mixon, JT, Lenny Fournette gonna go undrafted. Keenan Allen going undrafted.
One thing that's interesting to me is did Lockett go? Because Lockett and Metcalf are just overlooked yet again, along with Geno. And aren't they playing the Cardinals?
They are.
Yeah, they're playing the Cardinals inside in Arizona.
So that's just another one to me, along with the Kyler.
I think it's because the last time they played it was a dud.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a recency bias is kind of kicking in hard. Bias. Like that, it's basically the same thing for the Raiders and Jags. Raiders and Jags kind of dudded. Now you see Jacobs and Adams kind of fall a little bit. So
fat Martavius Bryant.
Wow,
that is beautiful.
Wow. Don't even put him and Martavis Bryant in the same sentence. Martavis Bryant should have been the best wide receiver of all time, man. I'm so freaking sad that hurts me every time I think about Martavis Bryant. He was so freaking good, dude.
Yeah, Martavius Bryant was who we wanted Will Fuller to be before Will Fuller was somebody.
Yep.
That's a fucking take. That's a fucking take right there. Chip bringing up why we didn't take Mixon or JT there, and he says how often two running backs seems to be optimal. I think we are going to see this. We talked about the value of touchdowns as binary outcomes and blah, blah, blah. I think we are going to see as we get more and more data in these contests that 2 running back builds are more optimal. I think we are going to progressively see that
in 2022. Like that's the meta. Like you are more like if to put yourself in a better position to win.
They nerfed wideouts. They buffed running backs. The meta is now 2 running backs.
Straight up. I mean, dude, like it really is in this half PPR format. Like straight up.
Nez, you're an influencer now, man. I'm really about to lock in CPAT over JT.
Why did I didn't even let myself like I've been taking it easy. I didn't even let myself get any of these CPAT shares before he gets flying up the goddamn draft board, man. God.
He's gonna have an ADP of 28 by the time you get to drafted.
Oh my god! And then like Ian Harditz is gonna do like a helicopter drop for him. Like it's gonna just be
that's back.
Insane. The hype's
the narrative's there. The most run heavy team. They're not script dependent. The narrative's there for him this week. I love that we're on the CPAT train right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to be. And also, there was DeAndre Swift came out and said that he's feeling better. Than he was last week.
Yep.
Oh man,
he's free right now.
He's in the 6th round. Like, I will if I can get him in the 6th round every time. I will probably be back to my 40% exposure to DeAndre Swift, and I just have learned nothing.
And then the Jamal Williams revenge game will just hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second here. You guys talk through this pick, and I'll just run back and tell me who to pick. Okay.
Alan, do we even have the Packers on this slate? No, we don't, do we? Yeah, we do. Alan Lazard's practicing.
Oh yeah, we do have. Oh, that's big news.
Yeah, big news from LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, they desperately need him. But that Dubs catch last week was really dope, and.
Mm-hmm.
Like after the little verbal reaming or just the reaming he got from Rodgers, like I really feel like Dubs, he's getting drafted here and there, but really like taking some dubs against the Lions. I mean, I feel like Rodgers just owns the Lions.
He owns anyone in the NFC North, even us, besides that one. Like, dude, they could have came out and destroyed us week 1 if Christian Watson just catches that ball. The whole game
on the clock.
Dude.
No, we were just gonna I was fine with the auto pick.
I'm literally clicking on the stream screen instead of on the actual screen.
I've done that so many times.
Oh my god, it makes you feel like an idiot.
Yeah, it's Jefferson.
Yeah, I think it's Jefferson for me here. You guys were talking about Lions and back in the dome and Rodgers shredding them and
Lazard's practicing. So that's
Lazard's practicing. Yeah. I think my initial thoughts in that contest is give me AJ Brown, or I mean give me AJ Aaron Jones. God, tongue twister. Give me Aaron Jones and log off is kind of my approach to that game environment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that catch that Romeo had last week was insane.
That was nice.
Maybe there's a little bit of that trust, that rapport coming back together after all the narratives were that they were off one another.
I mean, Rodgers has no choice but to just embrace dubs. It's like, who the hell else are you going to throw to, dog? Like you got nobody. Like
he's gonna throw to Lazard.
Well, now, Lazard is back.
That's the thing. Helpful. It's Lazard and Dobbs and Tanyan.
Mm-hmm. Damn near 50 point total in that one. A lot of nicer looking games on the top end of that slate. This is what I just kind of came back here. Oh, we're on the clock. What I came back to check was what do you guys want to set this one up, or do you guys still like Jacobs? I mean, I kind of like setting up this little mini here.
I'm feeling 30 points from Aaron Jones this week.
All right, let's do
30
it.
of them.
I've seen him go in the first round a couple times.
I like Jacobs there.
He's so much better than Jacobs is good.
I think in a vacuum, I prefer Jacobs too. I just was trying to find an excuse to have a little fun about something we were talking about. But I think I'd take Jacobs there.
And plus with like Dylan like getting banged up and also just like not being good. You know, like it's just like it's so clear that Aaron Jones is better.
Yeah.
30. Book it, Yoshi. 30. The
30 burger shout from Aaron Jones. I love it so much. Aaron Jones week. Let's go. The people are about Aaron Jones week. I didn't know Aaron Jones week is
Mark's coming here. You guys know Aaron Jones is the most game script dependent player. And if they're up, all of a sudden he's going to score nothing. So that's the one thing that Mark did tell us about Jones.
Yeah,
but he's the most game script dependent player in like the last how many years?
But like,
which is great,
the
which
Packers
means we need the run back.
even good enough to like I think the spread is bigger
true.
than I would expect.
I'm just bringing up Mark's point. You know, it's an interesting
3.5.
Chip going for the triple. He's finally going to get his triple.
Is he going to do it? And I hope that we're not just saying what Dark Sheep said for like the rest of Watson's career. Like that one play, man, he looks so explosive. Like I want him to like be healthy and have a career in the league because I was really excited about him coming out of college. But he just looks like he has the juice, has the jets.
I wanted to say one thing when that name Watson got brought up. Tom, what's his Twitter handle? UK Best Ball. You guys
Tom,
know him?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Stratton? How do you pronounce it?
Stratton? Yep, something like that. Yeah, we had a quick chat on Twitter today. I just replied to one of his threads. He was talking about Deshaun Watson coming back. And I want to pick your guys' brain because I said I was thinking about it in the lens of season long, and then I was thinking about it in the lens of our contest in DFS. Blah, blah, blah. I looked a little bit at that slate when he first comes back. And, Josh Allen isn't on the slate. And anyways, who cares? But I was just he said something to the effect of, 2 years off and blah, blah, blah. Like he's not going to have that ceiling that people think he is. New scheme. Damn, I wanted Walker there. Do you guys see anything else jumping off the page to you?
Who do we got at QB? Anybody good? I think Murray is interesting, but what are you thinking?
I mean, I would go Evans and go with the Brady back.
Okay,
just
let him out.
Yeah. Okay. I think going Aaron Rodgers here would make a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
Not like with that pick, but setting up an Aaron Rodgers stack with Aaron Jones feels nice. I really wanted Kenneth Walker there because I did want to build out a little mini game stack of that game on top of this with maybe an Ertz Walker or something to that effect. I don't know. I was just thinking out loud. Oh yeah. Numi said Rodgers stack in the private chat that I'm not looking at. Here we go. Perfect.
But to your point, I do think that Watson's going to come out looking really rusty. So thankfully for his sake, the Browns don't require him to do a whole lot because of like how good Nick Chubb is and they still have Kareem Hunt. But like I've been like low key, like wondering if like they just wait till next year to play him.
Wow. That's spicy.
But they're paying him so much goddamn money that like they probably won't. But I think Jacoby Brissett has earned the right to keep that job for the rest of the year.
They just came out. They just came
That's
out today and said he's playing. There was news that just said as soon.
Yeah, they had to clarify because they're like, wow, because everyone's like, wow, this offense is like the fourth most efficient offense in the league. Like, what are you gonna do? And they're like, oh, we're gonna play the rapist we paid.
Brown said Deshaun Watson, Brown will play start game 1. He's eligible December 4th. Jacoby's been everything that he's hoped for.
Yeah, dude, that's so fucking. That's just a short end of the stick for Jacoby.
Yeah, the Browns for me went from I want to see them succeed. That franchise has been through a lot to like, if you lost every single game for the next 10 years, love it.
Yeah, be fine with it. Yeah, that's true.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, from a moral compass standpoint, I agree with all that you're saying. From a fantasy football standpoint, I was inferring that I'm not sure with how flat quarterback is, because basically there's a super, super elite tier, right? The Hurts, Allen, Mahomes, who am I missing? That's kind of it. And then it's kind of like
Lamar.
Lamar, yeah. And then there's just kind of like this super flat middle tier that it's just kind of like, I don't really give a shit the difference between Cousins and Dak and
probably Brady right now. We got Crash Rich who needs a QB.
Roger.
Yeah, I was also thinking we could also do Burrow and Hurts. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Hurst, sorry. Yeah, we got Brady in there. I forgot the plan. The plan was
Rodgers.
The plan was the Brady or the Rodgers. Rodgers Tunyon would have been kind of fun.
Yeah, and
Burrow,
with Jones, Rodgers, Jones, Tunyon. That sounds to me like a
that sounds like
skeleton key.
50K. That sounds like 50K.
That's my shell. That's my BR shell.
Yeah, your BR shell. I love it. Oh man,
Sorry. Oopsies.
Yeah. Anyways, I was just so just to close my thought there. I was literally just thinking out loud to the fact that like the quarterback position's so flat that like I'm outside of like 5 other quarterbacks. I would drop almost all of them in season long to take a shot on Deshaun Watson, just on that unknown.
He's starting to get added. You're starting to see him get added in leagues. It's probably worth a shot, but I don't know, man.
We could get a little piece of that game. We could stack with a low-owned Cade Otton. We could get a run back in Higbee. I'm not sure I like naked Ertz.
Like maybe lean into the Higbee. Cooper Kupp is like banged up. Like maybe it's more Higbee. Volume is still there.
Who's still there? Sorry.
The volume is still there for Higbee. I was saying like six targets. Tight end sucks this week, other than Pitts, because Pitts is the GOAT.
I think we can literally pinpoint anyone at the tight end position this week and just be like, you're looking for 60 and 1, and that'll be, as long as you get 12 points from your tight end, I think you'll be in contention this week. I don't think there is that break the slate tight end. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't think. To me, it's Pitts potentially. He's the only one that I think has that outcome to like get the yardage matched with the tight end.
He has the one game, and it's not like now he's
one
the number
game
one.
And we're fucking back, baby. Pitts.
The thesis is the thesis. He is just too damn good.
Oh, the recency bias between like the up and downs is just crazy. I mean, last week, everyone was just like garbage throwing up, and anyone talked about Pitts.
I swapped to Dalton fucking Schultz. Oh my god!
I mean, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No.
That was a good swap.
You would have had Pitts. You would have had Pitts most likely. You said if you were to just ditch your DFS and go ahead and play some focus on your BRs, but.
I kind of agree with what Chip's here. We said this on the show yesterday. He's taken 100% Waller until he's out. That offense is very, very broken right now. Darren Waller is an elite talent that is available in the 6th round over and over. I can never fault you for throwing darts at that and then just getting the swap equity because the position's so flat. I definitely agree with this line of thinking this week. 100%. I mean, I think you're just being facetious with the comment, but like 100% is strong. But I think at like, at whatever threshold you're comfortable with is it's a very good play this week. I agree.
Yeah, there's merit to it.
What do you guys say? 10-game hoops slate. We do 2 drafts. We log off. Let these boys get some cough medicine, some scissor in them to clear their ails.
My man just said scissor.
Damn straight I did. Payout structure. We got 6K up top tonight. We got 3K for second, 2 for third, 1 for fourth. Paid out all the way to 2,000 for $7. Yeah, just taking a look here. Yeah. Should we talk just macro 1 second? I haven't looked at the hoop slate.
Dude, seeing your time of 4:40, I was like, wait a minute, what? It locks at 4:40. I'm like, oh, like the time your Pacific time. So I was seeing 4:40 on there, and I'm like, what? I lost my mind for a second.
Yeah,
it's your stereotypical NBA slate. A lot of people with the question mark, a lot of people already out, a lot of people we don't know if they're going to be in or out. Coach speak with players that potentially have a back-to-back and yada yada. So,
okay, well let's name some names there. I'm just scrolling through here, seeing some high totals and close spreads in Pelicans Lakers. I am seeing high totals and close spreads in that Knicks and Hawks game.
Is the injury report available for you if you hover over the NBA up there?
I do not have Roto Grinders Premium.
I think you should still get the injury report. Just go down.
Injury report?
Maybe not. I don't know. trying to see if you do or don't. It'd be
Let's
easier for
see
the.
here.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, here we'll flip. Gotta change
So Zach Levine is the impact rating of a 10. I imagine that means it's the highest, and that means that player is damn near out.
So it's basically just the player, like the better, our player it is, the more higher.
You're blowing up on me, Numi.
Oh, give me 1 second. Yeah, it's giving me the.
You're doing the freeze frame. Okay, yeah. Clay throwing out that he doubts Levine plays on the back-to-back. He has the doubtful tag beside his name here.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah,
LaMelo Ball is already ruled out. De'Aaron Fox already ruled out.
Yep. Levine is coming off that knee injury, and we've already talked about like the back-to-backs.
Yep.
So they just played last night. I don't think he plays, but then you have the coach speak, which I don't believe in, and then him saying, "Yeah, it's possible that he plays tonight." So like he has that, and it's just like okay, but yeah, I'm the projections. A lot of projections around the industry just have him out. They're not having him in there. So
okay, so Levine is kind of a fade for us right now for sure. That I guess that boosts DeRozan for us again. Why are we always talking about DeMar DeRozan? It feels like we talk about DeMar DeRozan every show. And he just
the Bulls
us.
don't play D and they play fast, so it's just like they're just up and down the court.
Oh, this is what I was going to tell you guys yesterday. My Mo Bamba story. I said, tell me.
That's right.
My Mo Bamba story, because I was listening to a playlist yesterday when I was working out, and that track came on. Mo Bamba came on. So I was staying at the Wynn for the World Series a couple years back, and it was right overlapping with Summer League. So there's a private gym at the Wynn in Vegas for like if you have like the expensive rooms or the comped rooms or whatever, right? So I got a key card to this gym. I go down there, I'm working out, I'm all by myself in this gym, and in out of nowhere walks this 7-footer like to the sky. And I'm like, who the shit's this guy? So I start like kind of like Googling. I'm trying to find out. And then a trainer comes in with some magic gear on. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, shit. This is Mo Bamba, right? Gym is entirely open. There's one bench press in this gym. What am I hitting? I'm hitting chest day. I got 45s on either side. I'm pushing this thing around like this. Mo Bamba comes over to me, taps me on the shoulder. He goes, are you done? Like this, like mid-set or whatever, right? No, like, yeah, man, for you, I'll be done one more set or whatever, right? I think I was kind of strong at the time. I think I had 45s and 25s on there, and I was pushing this shit around, right? I can't. You're muted, Ness.
You're muted.
I can't hear you. Carry on. His comment's not worth it. No. Anyways, so I'm pushing this shit around, right? I take it down. Mo Bamba takes all the weights off. His trainer gets in with him. Dude, this guy could not push 45s. Like, I'm watching him. He could not push 45-pound weights around, like, off his chest. It was incredible to watch. And his trainer's, like, spotting him, like, doing this. And I'm like, this guy's in the NBA. He's going to play in the low block, and he can't push 140, whatever, 135, 145 pounds around. It was a great moment.
Oh, my gosh, dude, that's hilarious. You've met more people than I even, like, know. Like, you met more famous people I know in life, like
just by happenstance. By happenstance. It was funny. There was another guy on the team at the time, big beard, last name started with an F. Fournier.
Wait, for the Magic?
Yeah, a couple years back. Pretty sure either Magic or Hornets. I don't know. He was working out with him one day too. Yeah. During your set, right? No gym etiquette around here, right? Oh shit. Actually, it's pretty funny. I don't know. Anyways, I thought about that when the song came on the other day. I'd fully forgotten about that. Yeah, here you go. Yeah. Nez is
yeah, but
Nez
Fournier
doesn't
have a beard. I don't think he's ever had a beard. Has he?
Yeah.
Now I need to type it. Now I'm looking up Evan Fournier pictures to see if this guy ever had like a big old beard.
Well, Evan Fournier was it the
you
guy
just said you just said what? Did you just see Oaks? Hello?
There we go. The playoff contest is live. Let's see. I'll hit it with the refresh. We're just about to do hoops here, Oaks. But
wow.
The way too early wild card playoffs. Let's see what we're doing here.
Playoffs.
Wide receiver plus tight end. So NFL playoff basketball. Let's see. Let's see what we're doing here. We'll look at the payout stuff later.
He did have a beard. I'm dumb. It just wasn't a big beard like I was thinking.
Old John Boy would never lie to you. Okay, so we're looking at 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers / tight end. So it's not position designation of individual. It is just one or the other. Then a flex, then a bench. Yeah, I mean, we were gonna do. I really wanted to do a hoops one, but now that we see this, let's see if we can get some people to join. Let's rip one here.
How many people do we need? Is it 6?
I don't know. I did not look. I'd imagine it's more than 6. 6? Okay, yeah, 6.
All right, hey, let's Badge Brigade. We need this to fill way too early. If you don't, it's not on your screen. Refresh. Get that up there. Thank you, Oaks. Yeah. We love that. We appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. Oh man,
that's good, Chip. Jimmy Bucket photo on Underdog. Is that even? Yeah, it is. That is. Is it the dreads? Yeah, just Google Jimmy Buckets if you're wondering what that picture is.
Oh yeah, I've seen the picture. I didn't think it was him either. It's like he's got a new look going on.
No, that's him, man. That's him. He's funny. It was his like profile. Yeah, I don't know if he's still. I haven't like watched any Heat games, so I don't know if he's rocking that on the court.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's what he came to. Yeah,
Thomas bringing up. We were talking. This is why we're always talking about DeMar DeRozan, because he's a beast. You know what? The death of the mid-range shot in basketball, like he is a throwback guy. Like DeMar DeRozan is that throwback guy who he killed the mid-range for so long. Okay, this is going to be entirely flying blind. Interesting to note, there is ADP in here, even though I think we're the first contest ever. So I wonder, I guess it's just kind of like their default projection rankings are also ADP. So as projections go down, oh, no, maybe not. Slightly different. Anyways, just thinking out loud here. So interesting to note the difference in wide receiver and tight end being negligible, that we won't be thrusting up. It's kind of cool because I think we would be thrusting up Mark Andrews, we'd be thrusting up Kelsey, we'd be thrusting out, and now they're just kind of lumped in the wide receiver.
Yeah, there's Kelsey with that little piss boy yellow. That's weird to see.
Yeah.
So I mean, are we just going off a playoff contest? Are we going to be trying to build out a 2-team stack and hope to get in there, or what's your thoughts?
I think with 10 roster spots and the way NFL is versus the way that MLB is, I think we can build a 3-team stack and just make sure that some are from the AFC and some are from the NFC.
For sure.
So I think we have to be mindful of that. Also that the first seed players are on bye. So it's noteworthy that, as much as you want Allen and Diggs or you want that sort of thing, there's a good chance they receive that bye, which is both good and bad, right? Same thing goes for Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia would be my number 1 overall team to take right now. And Jalen Hurts would be thrust up the draft board for me because of the fact that, they have the clearest path right now. He's got a very safe floor, high ceiling combination. Yeah. And I think the NFC is a lot softer than the AFC to get through. That's my initial thought.
Yeah, for sure. I was hoping they weren't going to be up there that much, but I like the Dallas Cowboys for the fact that maybe they can still continue to play well. And no matter what they do, they're still going to be not in that 1 seed or in that bye. You know what I mean? They're most likely not in the bye. Yeah. So that's just one thing I'm thinking, because this is me just going like straight right off it. So I'm just trying to like think of everything, think of the current landscape, think of who we should be drafting with the 30-minute clock.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This puts us on the hot seat. According to 538 currently, the Bills have the greatest opportunity to make both the playoffs and the Super Bowl. So the Eagles come out as number 1 in the NFC, much to Numi's point there, that another team in the NFC East comes in there too. Oh, you know what? This is last year's. They haven't even updated it yet. They don't have a playoff predictor. We're so far ahead of the curve.
That's 2022. It's
Oh,
2022.
okay, never mind. My bad.
It just doesn't say 2022, 2023.
Right.
So.
I was thinking that, well, last year's playoffs would have been 2022 because they finish in.
Yeah, but they start.
Am I stupid?
They start in the. Right? No, maybe they don't.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think they do start in 2022. I don't know. It's in the 2022 season.
Can we take 2 quarterbacks? I did not look at the build structure.
Yeah. Whoa. I'll go look.
What do you think about taking Lamar plus Andrews?
No, it says 1 quarterback and a flex. So I don't know if we can take 2. I guess we figure it out.
Wait, hold on. We'll do this first.
Someone in the chat tell us. I have no idea. I don't think.
This contest is different than last year's contest. Yeah, my chances would be.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah, I think 2 quarterbacks, bench. 5 bench. I think there would be a cap at 3 quarterbacks in this contest, would be my thought process. I think the optimal for building this would be 1 quarterback from one side, 1 from another side.
Yeah,
right?
So we technically should have taken him there, unless this guy kind of passes on him, I guess is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of screwed that up for us. My bad. I don't know what his team is. Is it Allen and Henry? So in theory, he shouldn't go Lamar.
Yeah, last year you could do 2 quarterbacks. That was
So he's auto drafting, and he has now 3 different AFC players on 3 different teams.
Yeah.
I think we go Sanders.
Either Sanders or Smith to pair with.
No, yeah, you do you here. Because there's probably a lot more running backs available, so maybe getting that pass catchers.
Yeah, I think the way that we're setting up right now with only 1 running back slot, that it does put a premium on the pass catchers, and we're kind of seeing that the room is gravitating to that already. That does really fucking suck with the Lamar Andrews.
That's my bad. I didn't know that. Good. So I think so. But in theory now, we build out another AFC team, and we can maybe stack another Baltimore if we want, because they get there. Because you're talking about that 3 team. I think we stick just with the Eagles on the NFC side, and then our next QB stack of a team would be that AFC, because we need the QB from that side and that team.
Yeah, good point.
So we can kind of mini stack or you can mini stack Andrews with another Raven, or just keep them solo and then build out that. Is kind of how I think the right way to approach it.
Yeah, I like that idea for sure. Who are kind of some sneaky names around here? Like J.K. Dobbins comes to mind as a potential late guy. Bateman comes to mind. Could you click the draft
board for a second?
Yep. Sure.
Just really quick so I can see. I have something that we could do here, and I know it's a homer thing. It's only if the guy falls.
Sure. Let's you just gave it away, but
never mind. Never mind. I can't do it. That's was just AFC. We gotta do AFC.
Yeah, we can't.
AFC. So
we want to be all in on the Eagles.
Yep,
what we want to be.
I'm literally trying to do this on the go here. So yeah, go back to who we have available, I suppose.
So we got GA, we got Fornon, we got all the friends and family draft in here. B break, we got everyone.
Goddard.
Yeah, Goddard makes a lot of sense in this construction here.
And then we maybe start trying to build out that. So who's left for QBs? Because there's been Allen, Mahomes, and Jackson that have gone from the AFC side.
Mm-hmm. Looks like GA's building out some form of Miami, Minnesota, KC. So he'll be looking at Tua and Cousins. Fornon, Dallas side, and now is pivoted to the Miami side. Oh, he might snipe Tua.
See, I'm trying to pull this up.
I'm trying to think who our other AFC team.
What about
Henry's gone. What about Burrow and
where's Chase going in this?
Chase,
is he already went?
What I was about to say. No, Chase is way down, and I was saving that name, and you just said it out loud. But
It's my fault, man.
No, I'm kidding.
That's a crazy. Wow, that's fun. And I know it's
Yeah.
like the Bengals going back, but I mean, we're just that's fun. That's crazy. So if we can get Joe Burrow not to get selected here, we'd very much appreciate that.
You can't collude.
Yeah. Mainly just like, does he need to take Joe Burrow? Don't just go snipe him from us is my thing.
Yeah, Bengals tough schedule. Bengals aren't in right now. Yeah, it's a really fair.
Really early.
Yeah, stack these. Is Jamar Chase free? Yeah, it's kind of where my mind was at when I scrolled down there and I saw Chase at 48. I just kind of scrolled back up because I was kind of like that. That looks like a little bit of our point of leverage there. Let's see.
Fifth round Chase is pretty nasty. Like I think people like you definitely maybe want to play the waiting game, and I've now blown up 2 spots here on stream with the Lamar and Burrow.
You've really fucked us today, bud.
Yeah.
Interesting to see. Like, let's just see. Like, Seattle, for instance, currently a higher projected playoff team than the Bengals. I don't know if that's true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta kind of depict and dissect through this. I think 49ers feel pretty safe out of the West right now, but nothing guaranteed when they're only 4-4. There's a lot of randomness to be here. The Giants, the Giants are 8-2 right now. Should we be considering drafting Giants? I don't know. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and take Burrow here. Yeah. And then go ahead and hopefully get T. Higgins on the bring back.
Mixon, that's tough.
Yeah, well,
that's
all
tough.
Right. We'll find another path to victory.
What is his team? Does he have like a Chief, a Bengal, and a Bill?
Yeah, it just seems like he's a recreational player just clicking whatever. It's all good. Oh no, he's got a little mini stack here. Yeah, he's clicking whatever. Chip bringing up the fact that Dolphins seem to. Yeah, I think we got to take the ADP with a grain of salt here because I think we're setting it right now. So I think in general, Dolphins look really nice. Dolphins look really nice in general. And here's a little free tidbit for the back end of the draft board here in Fornon and GA building out those Dolphins teams. How about Jeff Wilson? Huh?
Mm-hmm. Like, is he in the player pool? Can we make sure everyone that's in the player pool?
Yep, Jeff Wilson, cool. Miami, right there. I like T. Higgins here.
For sure.
Yeah, get this little stack going on.
One thing I think that I'll say is like we touched on it in baseball, but like you want the badge brigade in these rooms, man. Like you want these sharp players in these drafts to stay in their lane and draft their stacks. That's how everyone's in the lobby is gonna have the best. Yeah, it's gonna be a sharper lobby, but like you're gonna have a better chance at that team overall in the long run doing anything if you can fully get that stack and not have someone going willy-nilly and taking that wherever. So
sorry GA, sorry, my bad. I just pulled a new me on your team. He's ahead of the curve. He knows what's up. 8-2 Giants. Yeah, my bad. 6-2 Giants. Oh my goodness. What was I looking for here?
Titans are just gross.
Browns, Titans. Hey, no shade on our boy Oaks' team there. Titans die hard. I mean, Titans are weird, man. Titans are so weird every single year where they all of a sudden ended up with a bye last year. Like they just these Titans teams, man, they just come out of nowhere and then it's playoff time and then it's just like, hey, it's kind of cold out and you got to tackle Derrick Henry 30 times. Good luck. That's true. It's so strange, man. Like the football guy avenue for the Titans just makes so much more sense than like the fantasy bro angle to the Titans. But this is a pretty cool draft. Ooh, I like this. So Fornon going with the Herbert Mike Williams backdoor Chargers. I'm feeling that. I am feeling that. Yeah, and here comes in the Tom Brady. He got sniped. That sucks for Brick because he was setting up that cheeky little backdoor Mike Evans, whatever. I was not prepared for this pick because I was focusing on the board, but I think Rashad Bateman fits this build pretty nicely for us. We're going to have to start thinking about running back, though.
Yeah.
Bateman looks like last
Our
pass
next
catcher.
It's only 10 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we need the last 2 picks are running backs here.
Yeah, and I've been holding this name the whole time that this was going to be one of them. It's pretty thin. He might be done for the year. He might not be, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, at least we get the swap. Oh wait,
yeah, at least we get the swap. Yeah, I was thinking that. There's also the narrative that we could just take an elite talent to try and push us through, like Saquon.
Just took Saquon. It's
right.
It doesn't really fit the builds that I like to build, but I mean, Nez is sitting here like, look at that advance opportunity, man. You can get that team with that nice floor.
Yeah, because we're forecasting so far in the future that we're also forecasting the fact that, hey, Philadelphia might have a bye, and we're going to need an NFC team to put up some points to push us through, and that narrative can be Saquon.
And for a team not to need a running and to go into a Super Bowl potentially without having a running back slot, the Eagles seem like one of the teams that's maybe okay to do it with. Just with how do I say this? With how they use all 3 backs, and then Hurts is also a dynamic runner. So it's like, yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I think we could paint a narrative here for Boston Scott or for Kenneth Gainwell. I think we could, kind of get that. Or we could continue with, Kenyon Drake. Maybe he's the guy now. Or, Lenny's just flat out that talented, and we could take Lenny here. So, yeah, I don't know. There's also another name in the back of my mind right here that I haven't said out loud that I've been thinking about this entire draft.
Want to put it in the chat, or do you want to wait till I
pick? Sure, I'll put it in the chat for you.
Is it what just came up in the chat?
I'm not looking at the chat. I don't want to talk about this name that I'm thinking of. I sent it to you in the private chat here.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not thinking him.
I mean, this roster's thin as hell as it is. We probably just lit $10 on fire by fucking up the Lamar pick. I think Dobbins fits this build nicely. Dobbins might be done for the year. I think Lenny could maybe be like the one guy from the NFC that could push us through.
Go get your boy or our boy.
You want me to get my boy? This is the name that I put in the private chat.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what you just said too, that I realized I needed to shush my mouth on stream.
Where it's kind of like, if we're just going, this team turned out terribly. Don't copy this. Don't do this. It needed to be thought through a little better than this. But first draft on stream, feeling it out on the fly in a sharp room. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Rams make the playoffs necessarily. They might sneak in as a wild card team. They're probably better than the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are kind of getting, going to get steamed up now because of recency bias and what we're seeing. I think over the course of the next 8 weeks or whatever, we could definitely see the Rams make a little bit more noise, push their way in there. And the fact that we just got Cooper Kupp with the second to last pick of the entire thing, even though he doesn't perfectly fit this build, is, just kind of fun. Yeah, shout out to Chip's always on it, man. He saw that one too. Yeah, interesting. I would not advise building 2-1-7 builds with an uncorrelated running back, but if you're going to do it, you may as well jam in Cooper Kupp. So that's with Saquon. Yeah. So anyways, we'll talk more about that contest going forward. It is the way too early wild card, but it's a very fun contest. It's going to be a very galaxy brain contest to draft through. I think, the chat's talking about here that the Eckler pick at the end there. In the same vein, I had Eckler queued up for 3 rounds. There you go. There are some very talented players on good football teams that are not currently in the playoffs that we can start throwing darts at. I think the Chargers was a really sharp stack there. I think the Cooper Kupp one. I think the Bengals one. I would say Kupp, Chase, Eckler, Mike Williams, Jeff Wilson, kind of sneaky, because there's 2 things to think about, and we talked about it a lot with the pennant and the baseball ones, was you can pluck off talent on teams that are undervalued. That's one approach. Or you can build depth at teams that are more quote unquote locks and guarantees to make it. And we're seeing both of them come to fruition right now in MLB with the Phillies, a wild card team that was loaded with talent, loaded with payroll, that, got into the dance and then fought their way through with some premium talent. That's one avenue to get there. I kind of would paint that narrative as the Bengals or as the Chargers, something like that. And then we're seeing the other angle where it's like the Astros. Well, they were going to have the bye. They're loaded to all hell. We knew they were going to get there, kind of thing. And their ADPs are going to be thrust up. And that talent, you're going to have to go deeper and deeper on their team to get different. And I would say that's something like Philadelphia or the Bills right now, where you got to be, drafting the second, the third running back to get unique. Like, you're not going to win this contest with Yordan Alvarez. You need Jeremy Pena or whatever, right? So just food for thought about playoff contests in general, knee-jerk reaction. We did one draft. We'll talk about it more in the future. Do you want to close with one hoops draft and just say that we hit all the sports on the board today?
Sure.
I guess we didn't do puck or golf. Wow, there's a lot of stuff available today. Let's do one hoops draft. Give the when hoops in the chat now hoops, and let's shut it down.
Yeah, and I just want to say to Oaks, win way too early MLB best ball. Huh? Let's just get that going, huh?
Yeah, wait for the season to close, and then.
I mean, we had a ML or a NFL tournament before the Super Bowl even went away. So I know NFL is different, but
Jeff Wilson feels very sharp. Pat on the bat to everybody who came up with that one. GA was all over it. Oh, yeah, could easily get to a Waddle Hill right now. That's a good point. Yeah, Bucks fit Blake bringing up the fact that the Bucks fit that same mold as a talented team in a bad division right now, that, they're below 500, but they could very, very easily make some noise in the playoffs, that have a lot of talent that's free. We just saw Lenny go undrafted. Leonard Fournette, like a guy who was going in the 3rd, 4th round of best ball drafts, a guy that we've been drafting all week in the battle royales, and he went undrafted in the playoff contest. So a lot of things to think through here.
Yeah, I mean, it's week 9. We don't even have set anything. So just know, like, you're leaning into variance when you're drafting these contests. Like,
absolutely,
injuries are going to happen. Lock teams all of a sudden can become bubble teams because they go on a losing streak. The playoff an underdog team that you think all of a sudden comes up and has a shot to make the play. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just lean into variance and try and, I guess my thought would maybe just build as many of those onslaught super teams as you can. It would be my approach. Don't know if that's right or not, but yeah, that would be my approach.
It's what we're seeing come to fruition in the MLB contest right now, that the last team standing are all Phillies and all Astros. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the differentiator is you're basically playing 1v1s and 2v2s on who got weirder with the back end of their roster and got it through. So like Numi's point of leverage last night was the fact that he has Ranger Suarez, and very few people did, right? Did not. Yeah. Did one playoff draft and just lit $10 on fire, but it was fun. Yeah, that's kind of how we felt about that first one too.
We did it for
a lot of fun. Yeah. All right. Who do we like tonight? We just see Luka go. We see Giannis. Yes. Tell me more about Trey.
Trey in the Garden, man. Like, people, they put up, like, he he owns the Knicks. He owns the Knicks. I don't remember if you had that playoff series where he's shushing the crowd. Like, he loves playing in the Garden.
Oh, interesting. Chad's bringing up the fact that the Philly-Washington game is not on the slate. Interesting. So 10-game slate? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's not on the slate. Yeah.
Am I?
It's
just because it starts, it's the early start. I gotcha.
Yeah, did we mention that it was on the slate or something?
I don't know. Do we like to put DeJounte in that lineup? Do we like to go a little different? Lean into the Q tag at Davis. Donovan Mitchell. Davis. Yeah, I think Anthony
He's playing
Davis,
the Pels, baby.
Yeah, I think Anthony Davis in general in these contests is being slightly undervalued because he does contribute so much on the defensive end, and with the scoring that does mirror FanDuel, we are looking for those what do you call them? Stocks.
Stocks.
And steals,
we want them blocks and steals. What's the draft board looking like?
Sorry, will.
You're good. You're good.
Paul George went at 8 there. Siakam getting the Siakam treatment again. He was the piece you needed. I guess it was last night or the night before, something like that. The night that
Donovan Mitchell pick is interesting because Garland is questionable. If he comes back, that's a lot of usage that is being taken away. It's still Donovan Mitchell, but that's just an interesting little tidbit. If anyone's drafting these, it's just tough for me until I fully get that. And they're playing Boston, who is just the best defensive team in the NBA. So
this is one thing we've said before in the past, Chad, that the Spike Week rankings, good free resource, good overview of the slate, but the start times are often always wrong. Baseball was always wrong because they're just ported from the DK slate, and then the Underdog slate is often different than the DK slate every day. So just be mindful when you are looking at those rankings to omit, the games that aren't on our slate.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it used to happen in baseball all the time, and you'd be like, oh, Aaron Judge is number 1 today, and then you'd go to the slate, and it's like Aaron Judge isn't there because, it's just porting the Bad Axe or porting the Roto Grinders rankings into our scoring system.
12, 13, Jimmy. And let's see. If we could get he's not going to fall.
Probably still buzzing from the fight in Phillies game. Love it.
Yeah, so there's an interesting player here. They're going to be looking at him in the face potentially, and I think we take him. I think you're knowing who I'm talking about here.
Yeah, I think he's basically a friend of the show at this point. It feels like we draft him every slate in the 3rd round.
The fact that you haven't got him on here is a little insulting. Yeah. So everyone, but apparently not him. Yeah. Do you work that hard, John? No.
Yeah, not hard enough.
Yeah, for sure. That's a DeMar there.
Yeah, I think DeMar's usage with Levine out
pace up spot against Charlotte,
yeah, it feels like DeMar DeRozan feels like a smash 2nd round pick tonight. I think
3rd round too.
Smash 3rd round pick there.
Yeah, that's just nuts to me. There's
I
another player here that I kind of want to. I think Lee will probably take him because Chad lad.
Good sharp player. He's probably going to be on him.
No, Mother of Coconuts took him. Good pick.
Which was who?
I think
you liked. Bam?
I was thinking Drew there, but I like here potentially maybe going with Julius Randle.
Yeah, a little run back on a fast-paced, close, high total game at the Garden. I like that.
I like that.
Could definitely see a nice path to Julius Randle getting home tonight.
And for sure.
Trae Young, Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan, Julius Randle. What a nice start. Not gonna blow anybody away with the notion that it's a super team, but seems like a decent start.
Yeah, and I mean it looks nice. Yeah, I like getting those. I mean, if you can definitely stretch out value and all that, but no, that's a pretty good start. You just got to start mixing them when it's basketball. Get your volume in if you can. Mix and match these combos because one guy putting up his median game will sink you. you need everyone to put up their ceiling to win it. I mean, that's just kind of how it wins for any sport, but specifically this, like, you just really are seeking out them ceiling games, or I guess Giannis's floor game, which is 45, 50. You know, like,
actually, the other night I did 3 dunk drafts and I rolled the 101 all 3 times because nobody runs purer than me. And I Giannis all 3 times, and it was Giannis's worst game of the year.
Yeah, that's yep. Dude,
LOL basketball.
It's been crazy, dude. Like, every player that I have top exposure to, I swear I look on the slate, they're the ones shooting the ball, but they're 0 for 5, 0 for 6 to start. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just like, that's every slate. My highest exposed guy is just not doing it. He's not it.
Here's a sneaky little name that's kind of buried down there. I know he had something wrong with his eye, but just
swelling in the eye.
Yeah, sneaky name that's down there that says he's not listed on the injury report as of 15 minutes ago. We've talked a lot about Tyler Hero's usage and, you know, kind of the impact that him and Jimmy kind of cannibalize one another now that he's starting opposed to coming off the bench and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. There's a little something still there as, like, you know, 6th round Tyler Hero feels kind of fun. I got a name that I'm going to just say out loud after this person picks, because Crash Rich seems to be a pretty astute player.
I like someone here too as well, but who are you thinking after this?
I got a name. I got a name. Hold on. Let's see him pick here.
A run back off our try to.
Yeah.
6. He had 7 stocks. Holy.
I'm thinking I got a couple names. Okay.
All right.
I like Fred VanVleet. I like Russell Westbrook. I like Desmond Bane, and I like Garland based on what you said earlier. Those are the 3 names that show up.
I would go with VanVleet and Bane if you want to do those guys. Otherwise, if you don't, I would go Dennis Smith, Kevin Porter.
Dennis Smith, Kevin Porter. We're taking Fred VanVleet because I
think Lee's going to snap Dennis Smith here. Yep.
So what's up with Dennis Smith? What do we like about Dennis Smith?
He's getting LaMelo has been out for the entire LaMelo and Terry are still out, and Dennis Smith is getting like 33, 36 minutes. Against this arguably, I haven't looked at the totals yet. I know you were. This might be the highest total game, the Charlotte and Chicago.
Okay, so do we like Desmond Bane or do we like Russell Westbrook? Or do we like someone else?
Well, who? I don't know if we want to do Russell with AD.
Okay.
So maybe Bane. I think Bane might be the pick there. I don't know if that's bad though. So that's just my thinking. I don't know I don't know if doing the AD with Russell is bad. It maybe not. Maybe it's just fine. I don't know. I just don't like to with the stars like that. That's just my thought. Is to not.
All right. So we kind of fucked up this team because we probably should have gone with Numi's suggestion there to take Dennis Smith instead of going double Q tags. So if we take Dennis Smith before Fred VanVleet there, I like this team a lot more. And then we could have ended up with some combination of Fred VanVleet, Garland, and Bane. One of those 3 as our last round pick, which are fun, high upside guys that may result in swaps. Yeah.
I'm trying to see here. No, actually, that's crazy. Yeah, the Knicks and the Hawks are the highest total game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Numi.
Yeah.
Let's
it's been a long one.
There. Yeah, that's a long one. We're just over 2 hours here. We did baseball, basketball. We did playoff football. We did 2 different football slates. That was a fun one. Thank you so much. We still got people hanging out this whole time that have been with us start to finish. That's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here. Know that we appreciate you. Know that Underdog appreciates you too, and the feedback we've been providing. This has been a lot of fun. Numi, anything else to add?
No, man. The only thing I'll add is, again, win MLB contest. I know it's early. It's a joke. But yeah, no, if we're going to be doing football that early, just know when MLB is done, you got a lot of, you got us that's going to pump it, draft it. Yeah, you got a bunch of sickos. So let's just get that MLB out a little earlier than like March, huh? Or like Feb.
Yeah.
Let's get it out a little early.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's all I gotta say.
Time flies when we're having fun. Appreciate all the shout outs in the chat. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We will be in the Discord. We will be sharing our teams. For Lee, go Phillies. Let it go Phillies tonight. No, for Chip. For Chip. What am I saying?
Lee, like what are you?
Yeah,
We've been streaming way too long. Yeah, for Chip, go Phillies.
For Chip, go Phillies.
Not for Nez's single game slates. He wants Astros. So
and always remember that CPAT is the clear 101 this week. Heard it here first. Please like, subscribe, follow on Twitter, join the Discord, all that sort of stuff for the algorithm. Helps us out tremendously. Numi, thank you for your time fighting through the flu game. You were the Michael Jordan of this contest. Nez put up a 0. He was the Devontae Adams.
He got a -8. He got that negative day. He went
-8 for Nez for leaving early and blowing up his own stream. All right. Everybody's favorite time of the show. We will be back tomorrow, maybe with a guest. So time is pending, but most likely 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Everybody's favorite time of the show. Thank you for being here. The end. Peace.